At 11:42 p.m., the trip officially ended. The ride-sharing app recorded the drop-off location with precise accuracy on a quiet residential street. The fare was calculated, the payment processed, and the driver marked the journey as complete, on record. Everything followed protocol, but when investigators later reviewed the footage from that street, something didn't add up. The car stopped. The engine idled. Seconds passed, then over a minute. No door opened. No figure stepped out. And yet, the trip was marked complete. There was no visual record of the passenger ever leaving the vehicle. What should have been a routine drop-off became the center of a growing mystery. If the ride had ended, where did the passenger go? The passenger was 28-year-old Daniel Ease, a freelance graphic designer known for his consistent routine and reliability. On the night in question, he left a co-working lounge at 11:07 p.m. and requested a ride at 11:09 p.m. The vehicle arrived within minutes, and he was seen entering the back seat at 11:12 p.m. He appeared calm, with no signs of distress. The destination was a residential complex approximately 18 minutes away. The route was direct, traffic was light, and the trip appeared uneventful. At 11:42 p.m., the system recorded the ride as complete. Nothing raised concern until Daniel failed to respond to calls the next day. By evening, his phone was unreachable, and soon after, he was reported missing. The last confirmed record of his movement was that completed ride. Investigators began by reconstructing the journey using GPS logs, timestamps, and traffic cameras. The data showed a clean, uninterrupted route. The driver, Ibrahim Lawal, had an excellent record with thousands of completed trips and no prior issues. He stated that he picked Daniel up, drove him to the destination, and that Daniel exited the vehicle. However, there was no evidence to support that final claim. Cameras covering the drop-off area showed the vehicle arriving at 11:42 p.m. It stopped, remained stationary for over 2 minutes, then drove away at 11:44 p.m. No one was seen getting out. Analysts considered blind spots, but overlapping camera angles ruled that out. There was no shadow, no movement, nothing to indicate a passenger exit. Attention shifted to the final minutes of the trip. The stop duration was longer than normal, raising questions. Vehicle data revealed a subtle but important detail. At 11:41 and 32 seconds p.m., just before arrival, the car slowed unexpectedly about 300 meters away from the destination. The area had minimal lighting and no active surveillance. This gap became critical. Forensic examination of the vehicle revealed faint traces of soil on the rear floor mat, inconsistent with the paved route, but matching undeveloped land nearby. This suggested that something had occurred before the recorded endpoint. The breakthrough came from a private dashcam belonging to another vehicle on the road that night. The footage showed Ibrahim's car briefly pulled to the side before the final stop. For a moment, the rear passenger door was open, then it closed, and the vehicle continued. There was no clear view of Daniel, but the implication was significant. The passenger door had opened before the official drop-off, contradicting the driver's statement. Investigators searched the nearby area and found signs of disturbance, including personal items belonging to Daniel. It became clear that he never reached his destination. The final stop captured on camera was not the true end of the journey, but a stage one designed to align with the ride record. Under further questioning, inconsistencies in Ibrahim's account grew. He eventually admitted to making an unplanned stop, though he initially minimized its significance. The investigation determined that Daniel's disappearance occurred during that undocumented moment, not at the recorded endpoint. The ride-sharing log, once considered reliable, had masked the true timeline. Ibrahim was charged, and the case moved forward based on GPS data, forensic evidence, and the critical dashcam footage. In the end, the case revealed how a missing moment, an absence of expected action, could expose the truth. There was no dramatic scene, no recorded struggle, only a gap where something should have happened but didn't. That gap became everything. The ride ended on record, but the truth never did.